Hello and welcome back to Diablo 4. Last time we ended up going to the Black Lake, finding Neyrel's mother completely crazy, and laying the smackdown. But now we're back here in Yelesna, and we have to go find Neyrel. But first we got skill points. I haven't even used my poison trap yet. I might do the countering poison trap eventually. Is there anything else I could put into... Right. Critical strike damage... We'll at least do the enhanced poison trap. I might go back and start powering up like Heartseeker. Ooh, Shadow Clone, that'd be sick. Yeah, realistically for alts, I'm just gonna go Shadow Clone. Go full-on Kage Bunshin no Jutsu on someone's ass. But, something to quick mention. Weak Iron Bar in elixirs are super cheap to make at the Alchemist, and they give you 5% XP for half hour. You might as well get them and run them. They're super good investment for what you're spending, and if you're like me and you just travel, when you're doing like side quests, you're going to be fighting a lot of guys. So, it's gonna work out really well for you. Ooh, that's nasty. I like that. Loot Goblin! Kick his ass! This may actually be very difficult to do. Wait, what am I talking about? I just have to catch up to him. God, he's fast. It's almost like he has something of value he doesn't want losing. Come back here, Treasure Goblin, your butt is mine! Okay, it wasn't the greatest, but considering I'm low level, that's whatever. Who knows, those might actually be pretty good for me. Compare... Yeah, that's an upgrade. Also, it goes with my style, which works out really well. See, I don't want to lose the +6 to all stats. We'll just mark it as junk. I'd rather lose the damage up through the item, because that's the thing, that bit of gear that's like, oh, this is actually better. That does not include, like, a plus whatever to dexterity or whatever stat. So you can actually get an item that says it's better and get lower, like, attack rates. So it's best to always keep that in mind. Sometimes the gear lies to you. Improved attack speed, always good. That poison trap does look pretty cool. But Narelle should be up here? Nope. Oh, dude, you can have like... Oh, I think that's total traps. I was about to say, can you have like 5 of these active at any given time? Because I would need to get my cooldowns up and then just ball out of control. But I think it's just, if you want to do a full trap build, you have a limit of 5 traps. 3-face statue. Oh, also found this out. This is really cool. Also incredibly annoying. You want to zoom and look at stuff? Boom. Yeah, I can get close to the 3-face statue, but I can't see the 3 faces. Neat. Behold the truths that lie within.
There is something strange going on here. Narelle must be nearby.
Can't wait to bring this character to higher level stuff so I can just start schooling some of the enemies my necromancer's been struggling against. I have an army of skelly boys and I'm still getting whooped. But I feel like this guy, just with his damage and cooldowns, he'll be able to just walk through enemies. I will say, I am disappointed that I can't find the, I think it was just one of your basic attacks for the Demon Hunter. The one where you walk around, like, dual-wielding your crossbows, like your hand crossbows, spinning and shooting. You know, doing some, like, John Woo-style gun kata stuff. I love that. I used to use it all the time, even though it was kinda garbage, just because I would style on the enemies. I don't care if they're AI, I don't care if they're not people. I still have to style on my enemies, and that was a prime way of doing it. Because we all know at the end of the day, it's drip or drown, and I'm not making it out alive. Damn, that's some powerful poison. You poison ghosts. Kinda sucks getting a shrine where you're not really using it, but really synergized with this build though, being a crit thing. Okay, so the traps are just tossed at my feet. That is actually good to know, because I wasn't sure. I wasn't paying attention to how they were tossed. And I was like, am I, like, winging these at these guys, or... But that's good to know. I can plan accordingly. As we saw when I did the flip and tossed it on the edge of the caltrops. Might be better to try and, like, wing it inside so that guys are slowed while in it. I think the big thing is trying to figure out how to extend my duration. That's the way to word it. I need to extend the duration of the caltrops, but I don't think there really is many ways. I have to start checking what legendary effects we can get. Because that's kind of the ultimate deciding factor on how my build's gonna go first and foremost. I know for my Necromancer I was bouncing around with like 3 different build designs. Because I'd be like, oh, here's a legendary that does this, and I'd be like, okay, well, time to redo my build. Like I used to have the one that summons a bunch of skeletons that explode, and then I got a thing that's like, oh, your blood spell, or the blood tidal wave ultimate now will... What was it? It now does shadow damage and leaves a damaging trail. So I instantly was like, okay, new ultimate, because that's way more useful. Haven't, like, went back since, because that ult is just nasty. But it was a good investment, but I had to change my build, and I've got a bunch of stuff to do a proper, what is it? Blood Lance basic. Or I guess it's not a basic, it's like a core ability. And push comes to shove, if my items pan out a certain way, I'll build into that. Because then I can go... One legendary gives me, like, increased damage. One, when I hit a guy who's already lanced, it will then fire a lance at a nearby enemy. Or has a % chance to do so. I'm like, well, damn, that's actually really good. It's like my current legendary for my Necromancer. It makes it so the decompose ability now will connect. Instead of just hitting one guy, it'll now hit 2 other guys on top of the first target. Which makes that an incredibly powerful ability. And all my stuff's built around, like, corpse generation and... What was it? It's corpse generation and shadow damage. It's actually really good. A little bit of blood stuff in there. Yeah, for now we'll try to power up our more basic stuff. Don't remember being this lost the first time I was going through here. And going on about the potions, the reason I picked the one is it's like 5 of 2 resources to make the elixir for the... It's mostly for the XP gain, because otherwise you can get some good ones, but the cost starts to get really high, and I just... Personally, I don't think it's worth it. maybe if we can eventually get better resources. Screw it, we're gonna look over here. She probably isn't over here, but we will take a look. Feels good to body giant trees, giant body trees. Don't you love when your mind kind of short circuits for a moment? Oh, actually, this was where to go. Imagine my shock.
Created by the Horadrim. The portal will lead you through this crude trap.
If you notice, that wolf is the one from the beginning cutscene that comes out of the woods when we're, like, in the cave.
Relax. No harm will come to you here.
It's interesting, the ruins of, or the vision of Tristram.
Who are you? An admirer of sorts. I saved you in the mountains. You'd lost your horse and crawled into that cave. Would have frozen to death if not for me. Why are you helping me? Oh, it's very simple. You want to stop Lilith. And I want you to succeed. But you'll never do that by following the Horadrim. Their path always ends in fire and death.
Now we can properly look at this stuff. See, I'm trying to figure out who this is. Because he has a vested interest in us. He knows the Horadrim will fail. He doesn't like Lilith. So it leaves me wondering. Now, here's the possible answers, I think. He's a demon who simply just doesn't care for what Lilith and the other demons are doing. A demon who hates Lilith, like many do. It's Tyrael, now somehow in this wolf form. It's I can't remember his name. The guy who the angel who judged Tyrael and fought Diablo and kind of got his ass beat. Him. That one's kind of really out there. Or this is Diablo. Somehow. It's a meaty door. This reminds me of, like, Scorn. Feels like when the art people were looking at this stuff, they really looked to Scorn and were like, yeah, that's really cool. Because I don't remember, like, stuff looking like this in Diablo 3.
Why are you telling me all this? To warn you. A day will come when the Horadrim stumble. Don't be there when they do. The portal will lead you to that little girl you're looking for.
Look at that dude up at the top.
Back in the Horadrim's illusion. Laurel!
There you are. think I've lost my way. The same thing happened to my mother and me earlier on. The trail to the vault ends here, so it should be somewhere around in these woods.
And I'll tell you here and now, because I'm pretty far in my main character,
Toying with us.
still don't know who
And now this.
did it, or like who that wolf is. The three-faced statue again.
I see. The path is different now. The statue was the source of an illusion. We must be close.
Man, I can't wait for the shadow clone, even though that's a while off. I can definitely see like a shadow stealth build.
The Horadrim Vault.
I just love my classic shoot everything that moves build.
Not what I expected. But let's not give up hope. All we need is one book, one spell, to help us cross the Black Lake and stop Lilith.
Also, sorry for not reading like what my dialogue choices are, listeners.
Sealed shut. What of the passage over there?
I never know like what my character will say. Like during the interactions with the wolf, I was like, should I read these? And then every time I was like, okay, we'll hit the button and see. And then my guy would say the thing. I'm like, oh, I don't have to read it. And then like that interaction with Narelle, I was like, oh, my guy will say it. And then it's like, no, he didn't. And I'm just sitting here like, oh, a little inconsistent. So for the sake of simplicity, I'm not going to read those out loud. But because otherwise I feel like half the time I'm kind of doubling back on myself. Ooh, look at this spooky skull. Ooh, spooky.
This is... I think it's written in Horadric code. And here, the same symbol on the door. I have an idea. You might want to take a step back.
Nonsense, I'm stepping forward.
Chespith Chut.
Breach and clear, go, go, go! Old journal.
Let's keep on. I wish Mother was here.
Donan brought a... You done, Narelle? Donan brought a book on his visit. The writing is ancient, a scroll from the Vizieri. Or Vizjeri, I don't know. Lorath will not be pleased. But if I'm to fight by his side one day, I need to study everything. Lorath is wise, but he's cautious. I'll prove myself to him yet. Oh, look at these. It's some of the goatmen guys all pinned up and examined. Dust-covered manuscripts. Many of the notes here deal in mathematics and astronomy. Each page is lined with commentary on star charts and prophecies.
Hey, wait for me. It's the same seal as before. Should be easy enough to break it again. But why would someone use it here?
One way to find out.
Of course. We can't let anything stop our pursuit of Lilith. I'll open the door, and if we split up, we'll work faster that way.
Only if you stay on this side of the door.
Fine.
What am I looking for?
Don't you know? A book, a scroll, or anything that will help us cross the Black Lake. Chespith Chut!
I think the Horadrim are an organization that's cool and honestly would fit in like any D&D campaign. An organization of researchers and kind of mystics dealing with all forms of prophecy and evil.
I'm out of energy.
Honestly, now that I think about it, I'm surprised Wizards of the Coast never did like a Diablo supplement or try to cut a deal with Blizzard to do a supplement. I feel like that would be right up their alley and easy to do. Admittedly, most of the enemies are easy to already have, like skeleton. Okay, it's a skeleton. Don't really need to put too much thought into that one. But I think the big thing would be just the demons.
Need more time.
Didn't realize I couldn't dodge out of those guys. Kind of funny to dunk on a pit lord by just running away and shooting backwards, but it works. Can't complain. Ooh, new bow. Pants. I haven't checked my gear in a while. We'll keep dex for this. Even though this game they really have you using all stats. Like, look at this. Plus 12 to all stats. 94 attack power. Oh, actually 116. That one actually worked out for me. Here I was expecting to get screwed. Got a lot of stuff to either mulch or sell. Either way, we're living good. Okay, we'll check down here quick. Shouldn't be anything.
I need more time.
Something I noticed is it looks like if you do like poison damage, the health bar darkens and that looks to be like what your dot is going to take out. Which, if that's correct, that's pretty cool. I would like a different color, like yellow or green or something where I can look at it and go, oh, okay, that is very discernible. To Chort, Herald of Lilith. Or it's just Chort, and the T is silent. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna slap some booby traps around if you're gonna sit there and suck on the book like a weirdo. Alright, ready to go. Chill, lady, chill, damn.
I need more energy.
I've also noticed they use a lot more... trying to think of how to describe it. Like telegraphed attacks. Like you'll have a lot of stuff that'll put like a cone, or you'll see like a line up here and it's like, hey, get out of the way, kind of like you see in MMOs. Where they warn you of like, warning, AoE inbound. Which I don't think is inherently a bad thing. I'm not going to complain about telegraphing attacks. I think it's good to help teach players, and it's a fine warning system. It's better than being told effectively, hey, guess where this is gonna go. Stop knocking me into the well of soul suck, lady.
Don't have enough energy. Need more time.
Ah, the suck.
I don't have enough energy.
Thought patrolled.
Demon guarding that book. I should take this back
Death
to the
Harness.
girl.
Theories of Rathma. Oh, we can go through the portal. What's that ring looking like? Wow, 2 maximum life. Careful, you might break the bank there. Oh, 2 whole HP, like... Ooh, that... I gotta post that on Reddit. That's a real OP item there.
You had more luck than me. Interesting. This ledger was written by the Horadrim. This is chronicling spells and theories created by Rathma, the first necromancer.
That's not what we're looking for.
No. But it can still work. There must be a spell in this book we can use to bring my mother back. She knows the ritual to cross the Black Lake.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
It's all we have. My mother will help us through. Meet me down there.
Wait, down where? Okay, she must mean back down at the Darkened Way. But we can't really continue that part until we do this other segment of the story. Do a quick junking session.
Let's have a look at you,
Yeah, guy just talks about how to upgrade your stuff. And is that better than my current amulet? Yeah. Okay, cool.
See that the kitchen is ready for tomorrow's service. Angels above, you've returned. The Reverend Mother will want to hear of this, but she's away at Corvalar. Seek your blessing there. Everything is unfolding as Inarius foretold. Soon, he will be free to escape Sanctuary and return to the heavens where he belongs.
Alright, and I'm going to call it here. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.